Welcome to another Vanguard Deer Days deck profile. So, quick before I actually start off this video, I was going to do a whole bunch of different videos regarding like cool deck ideas. The issue is, there's not a lot of good ones. Like, I've tried a couple of ones that I've made, but they're not that fun. There's one that's similar to the Shield Fish for Brantgate, but it's just not as fun because it's too simple and it's not as strong either. It's just I was able to actually finally find one that was interesting. I do like this deck, but because of that, I can't seem to find a video to really do. I do these for fun, but I still want them to be entertaining. And with that said, put in the comments or something that you would like to see. I was thinking of probably doing the battling the challenge characters, like all of them, but I'm not sure if that sounds fun. Otherwise, I'll probably just do other gameplay videos and occasionally do this, but I do not intend to do ranked matches because it's just not my thing to do play against other people online 100% of the time. When it comes to like card games, it's not that I fear of losing, it's just I don't find it as fun as playing someone in real life. Like if they had a Switch and they were in front of me, I prefer that over playing someone online. But if y'all have any ideas, just pin them in the comments and I'll consider a lot of them, because I want to make more videos. It's just I had no idea what to do. Alright, with that out of the way, today we're doing Heavenly Shock of Distinction Lagrele. So, with this deck, it is obviously you're running Bastion. That's an obvious statement, but with his ability, it's very costly. Counterblast 2 and rest any number of your rear guards, and he gets a drive check plus 5,000. It's not a lot. He becomes 18 and he drive checks, which is very helpful because Bastion says whenever you drive check a grade 3, you get to stand a guy. Well, if he checks a grade 3, he can stand himself again and you can activate this ability again. There is a catch though. It says you have to rest any number of your other rear guards. If you have nothing to rest, you can't actually activate the ability. I've tried. But the biggest issue is if you rest 3 or less units, you have to discard 3 cards. So you want to try to rest at least 4 units, right? But even if you rest 4 units, you're still having to discard 2 cards because it says if you rest 1 or less units, you discard 2. Oh, no. Either if you're discarding... I'm reading this wrong. My apologies. If you rest 4 units, you don't have to discard any cards. Yeah, you don't have to discard any cards. I'm rereading it just in case. But you want to get to 4. If you rest only 1 or less units, you have to discard an additional 2. So you'll be discarding 5 cards if you only rest 1 unit, which is very important in this case because there is 1 unit we're running, the Heavenly Bow of Identifying Guidance Refusos. The reason that we're running this guy is because we put him behind Lagrele, and every time Lagrele stands, you stand this guy as well. We don't need him for his boost power, but it is helpful if we want to. Other than that, we're using him specifically so we can use this twice in 1 turn. The second time, you will definitely, no doubt, be discarding 5 cards. But the first time, if you're able to rest 4 units, you'll be discarding no cards, getting 2 drive checks, so you get 2 cards. You stand him, then you can activate his ability again to get another 5,000, because that 5,000 stays, so he'll be plus 10. And then you'll be discarding 5 cards, and then you use Bastion, and if you happen to have an ability or go off with Bastion again, you can stand this guy again. So you get essentially 3 Vanguard attacks, 4 attacks in general. And we're running her, Twin Great Magic Totone, just in case, you know, you need removal. But other than that, because you don't need to attack with her for her ability, you can use her, but it's not required. We're running primarily crits, but we mostly want draws, because we need as many cards as possible, specifically for Lagrele. We got guarding material right here, the Angel Cocobeel, and then Countercharger / Soul Charger. He doesn't really come up that much from what I've played, but he's still nice to have just in case. Mostly because you're using him to rest him, but you can, if you need to, not rest him. If you want to discard 10 cards. That's up to you. I honestly think you could probably remove him and pick something else, but I'm not sure what. Alright. With that, we will go ahead and choose who's an interesting... who have I not really played against? Let's go with Kuro. We'll do normal. Alrighty, so we lose the rock, paper, scissors, but that's fine. I think I prefer to go second. I don't fully remember what I prefer at the moment. Right now I have a pretty good hand. Very good hand, actually. The draw is unfortunate, but it's good guarding material just in case. We want to try to get to 4 counterblasts before we start going wild with Lagrele. So in this case, I'll discard her. We don't need her right now. Alright, perfect. Go ahead and start the attack. Now, the important thing about this is, because it's a Bastion deck, of course you're going to be running a whole bunch of grade 3s. But if you're replacing the Countercharger Counterblaster, or Countercharger Soul Charger, you can actually go for grade 1s that'll help. Like, either just give some extra pressure, or just make it so when you guard with grade 3s, get plus 5,000 for whenever. This deck is more of a try to finish him off as quick as possible, otherwise you'll basically be destroyed pretty quickly. But the reason I haven't made deck profiles for other previous ones is because there's already deck profiles. You can check them up on YouTube for tons of other decks. Like, maybe not specifically for this game, there's only a couple, but like if you look at real life deck profiles, there's tons, and definitely better than what I can suggest, because I just make decks for fun. I don't make them competitively viable. I don't care for that. Okay, so we'll get rid of this one because it's not a powerful shield. They'll already know that we have these two. We have combo right here. That's unfortunate. Is this the one that goes in Soul? Okay. It's not bad, but I'm not going to put him into Soul. There's no reason to. There's no Soul charging in this deck. There's no reason to Soul Blast in this deck. I wish the Totone was actually a Soul Blast rather than a counter. That would be so much better. Like Soul Blast 2. Nope. But the good thing about her is, because she's a counter blast, or just because she's a counter blast doesn't make her less useful. She really, really helps. As long as you get the triggers. And with the amount of counterblast or amount of drive checking you're going to be doing, you're guaranteed to get a couple triggers. Okay, so she's only at 2, so I don't want to push this early. So what I'll end up doing is probably wait 1 turn before I do anything. Probably. Because I'm not going to be able to beat her this turn. Yeah, I'll guard this. I'm only guarding that because I'm not going to be full out force this one. So we're just going to get rid of him. We already have one. That's fine. 1, 2, 3. I get to draw a card, right? Ah, another Bastion. Okay, so I'm gonna want a Persona ride. He can't intercept. That would be nice if they gave him intercept as well. But what I'll go ahead and do is call her to the rear just for some power. Oh, right, because he gives all grade 3s plus 2,000. All right. And if I happen to get a grade 3, awesome. Or if I happen to be able to stand her, awesome. There's no reason for that. Okay, so she's gonna activate no matter what battle you do. It doesn't have to be for her. That's pretty good. That's actually really good. Okay, so next turn I should be able to win. Hopefully. Pick ability to resolve. We're gonna go with this one. And discard her, yeah. Nope. Good guard, good guard. Okay. No need. Yeah, be careful with her, because her ability's gonna request every time you attack, and if you don't reveal a trigger, you're just wasting it. Definitely something to watch out. I almost wasted it, because I saw the effect. He's like, oh, okay, activate effect, go. Okay, so in this case, if I put her down, this will only be, what? 5k shield? That's not worth it. I'll let this go. Let's see how it goes. Oh, they're soul blasting for this. Jeez. Okay. Grade 3. Oh, hell no. Well, that's unfortunate, but it happened. That's good. If I can get a... No, a heal would actually hurt. Just give me another crit or something. No. Okay, so this one... I might as well just complete guard these 2 attacks. Yeah. Man, you're about to get a lot of cards. Should I let this one go through? Because, well, no, if they get a crit, I'm dead. Okay. So the good thing is I haven't actually gotten my my overtrigger either. All right. This might be final turn, but I'm not going to call it because it does not look like it. This will help a bit. So we're going to go ahead and call him. Call him behind. There we go. All right, let's do this. We're gonna non-boost attack. All right. Ooh. 3, so I can stand. Give him power. Okay, pick ability to resolve. We're gonna resolve his ability first. Alright. And then we will discard... Choose a card to discard to pay the cost. Oh, it's just discard any card? Yeah. And then... Stand. No need. Let's do this again. Unboosted. I'm about to get rid of a lot of cards. Ooh, complete guarding, because they know. Grade 3, so I can stand again if I want. Alright, here we go. Ugh, so many cards. Need a discard. Okay, so we'll get rid of the healer and this dude. And this one, because we need... And then 2 more. These 2. Aw. Oh, that's once per turn, that's why. Okay. I thought it was more than once per turn. God. They made sure. Okay, I was mistaken on that. I should have attacked with the Vanguard first. That's fine. It's not a big deal, honestly. Nice. Because I got quite a bit of grade 3s right now. Okay, this will be 1, 2, yeah. And we'll go with that, 38. I'm probably getting hit no matter what, jeez. Oof, no matter what. Eesh. I might have just chosen a bad opponent to do this with, honestly. Because of the way that Hexa Orb works. That was my bad. I can go to 48, but that is not going to be enough. I can take this one. That's fine. Okay. Alright, here's where we guard like crazy. We go with this, go with this. Let's see how much this is first. Okay, 48, so probably just go with this. Ooh. Okay. So in this case, we're just gonna do this again. One, two, three, four. Ooh. Yeah, we'll give it to him. And I get to stand with him again. Go ahead and deactivate that. Don't need him. Stand. Yes, please. Any additional power will help for whatever reason. Alright, so in this case, we'll force them to guard this. If I can get a crit, I'm good. No, because they got a complete. Really? No guard. Alrighty. I wonder what's in their hand, because I thought they had a complete. Wow. Well, that was lucky. If they had a complete, I would have straight up lost. But you can see the idea of the deck. It's pretty simple, you know. It's not a bad deck. Well, actually, it's kind of a bad deck. But you can always change it up if you need to. If you find something better than this dude, which didn't really come up that much, I just kind of discarded him. There are many different options you can choose. Here, let me actually do that section right now. Okay, so if you need to replace him, or if you really don't want to replace or have him, you can go with this guy. He puts himself into the soul to give a unit plus 10,000, which is good to give him if you have extra cards in your hand for any reason. So you just give him 23, so when he attacks, he's 28, so it's way harder to guard. That's a good choice. This guy I wouldn't say is a good choice. He uses too much counterblasts. Anything that uses counterblast is kind of iffy, in my opinion. Not really needed. You don't boost. You're mostly attacking with the Vanguard and Lagrele, who's kind of like a semi-Vanguard as well. Big Snake Witch, you could, because you're discarding her, but the problem is you're using counterblast, so unless you're actually gonna want to draw more, like, it's something I went back and forth on. But the problem is, as you saw, I was only able to do it, what, 3 times? I was lucky to do it the 3rd time, honestly. But it's too much counterblasts in this deck. There's nothing that really countercharges better than that. No, no. This maybe. I mean, since you're discarding cards, this is okay. And if you're gonna Persona Ride, awesome. This is just a guarding card you could use. No. It's this one's kind of iffy. You do draw a card and you get a drive check, so essentially you get 2 cards, and it's worth it in a way for the counterblast, but you have to have 4 or more, which was possible. I was able to have that, but I'm not sure it's actually worth it. This one's Hexa Orb specifically. This one only counts if you have an open rear guard, so there's no real point in having her. I was gonna make a deck on this dude, I think, but that was not a good idea. Actually, what I was gonna do wasn't even on this dude, it was actually on the idea of putting cards at the bottom of the deck, but there's not a lot of good cards that can do that. This is good for protecting yourself, especially since you got a whole bunch of grade 3s. So you could actually replace this with probably her, because she doesn't come up all that often, but she's helpful just in case there's something annoying on the field that you need to get rid of. This is okay. I wouldn't, like, you can use it to fill the field, so you can actually replace, I would suggest probably her, replace him, because she actually does help fill the field up. And you're not using Solo that much, so that's fine. This one's no. It's kind of the same as her, just with a counterblast, and you want to save the counterblast, of course. No, because you don't need a boost. No, because there's no point. You're resting him by an ability either way. And let's see. If you Persona Ride, no. That's way too high. Not Hexa Orb. Soul Blast 1, rest this unit. Look at 3 cards from top and choose up to 1, grade 3. You could use this one on the turn you're about to do it, but I don't think it's worth it. Honestly, it just seems kind of pointless. Front row and unit is stand by your Vanguard Soul Blast 2 to draw a card. Now, this one you could use, actually. The reason is because drawing a card after doing all those counterblasts really helps. The only issue is you're standing Lagrele most of the time. There's no real reason to stand this dude, but if you find a reason not to stand Lagrele, then go ahead. This is actually a good choice. I don't see a scenario where that's possible, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. This is blaster related. This is counterblast heavy. Deal a normal unit from your hand, put it on the bottom of the deck, draw a card. I guess you could use her for searching, but I don't see a good point in that. And that should be the end of it, yeah. Because now it's just... This is a different deck idea. Unit hits, choose one of your other grade 3. You could actually put her in here. The reason is because since she doesn't... when this unit attack hits. Okay, never mind. I thought it was when a unit. Okay. Stand by. Nope. Now, out of the grade 1s, because you don't want to really replace the grade 3 with a grade 2, unless, you know, it counts as a grade 3. There's one that does. I don't remember which one it was. He's good. You could. Not sure you should. There is no other grade 2s I would suggest other than that, though. And, like, he could, but you don't need boosters. Grade 1s are primarily to replace if that's the case. Like her, she won't be useful since you won't be boosting. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I could have sworn I saw her. Yeah, here we are. This is a good choice, Knight of Heavenly Release Hope, because you won't be guarding too much, but when you are, this will definitely be the go-to reason as to have on the field. The only problem is since she's a grade 1, if you reveal her, nothing happens. And if you reveal more than one of her, nothing will ever happen. But at least with Lagrele, since he's doing the drive checking, he doesn't have to stand himself. It's just better if you do, but you're guaranteed, no matter what, guaranteed with 4 drive checks, unless you're the unluckiest person in the world, to get at least 1 grade 3. At the very least 1 grade 3. Because you'd only be playing, I would say 3 and add 1 more refuerzos. That way you can get the most out of this, because if you have 2 in the back, just 1 grade 3 counts as 10. And that means this turns into a 25. Is that right? Yeah. No, that turns into a 20. And then this, although you're giving up like a 5k for every 2 or whatever, just 2 of these is double the amount that you would get if you had just 2 grade 3s on the field. Definitely better. But those are the options for replacement. And as I said before, let me know in the comment section what you would like to see at the end or in the future, because I'm kind of stumped. Otherwise, I'm just going to start posting random stuff. All right. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this or thought it was interesting idea. And I will be doing a video for the DLC / booster set that's coming up on February 2nd. Have a nice day, night, evening. Either one's fine.